check it out. Check it out. Heads up. So I had a couple people ask a question about some single leg Xguard transitions. So we'll work on that. I actually show it from mount escape. So the Travis has me mounted. I like to go to single leg Xguard when I escape. I like to bring my elbow in, put this foot on the ground, and this holds the place while I hip escape and get underneath. When I hip escape, I do a couple things at once. I hip out, I raise up with my elbow, and I make that space. From here, I simply bring my leg like so, okay? Just like that. So again, I'm mounted, I bring this elbow inside, and then I'm just gonna hip escape and bring this elbow up to hold the place. Boom. So I'm right here, right? So if they try to hold my head, like grab my head or whatever, I gotta just bring my foot in, boom, and I'm here, right? So it's not a whole lot to it. It's just basically framing and then making the space. I'll do it one more time, and then we'll move on to the transition. So here we go. This elbow, my left elbow, is gonna come inside, okay? It's gonna frame. I'm gonna take my right foot, post on the ground, and hip escape out while trying to raise them up. See this little gap right here? That's what I need. All I need is to be able to get this inside, and that on the hip. Toes facing the outside, just like that. Now, the question I got was how to transition to Xguard cleanly from single leg Xguard, and how to not get smashed in the process. From a sitting position like this, it's a little easier and a little not as necessary, because if I simply just underhook his leg, I can come up like that, or once underhook the leg, I can simply put my leg in. And you're not going to run into too many problems when they're down like this. But if they're standing, that's when, is that where you're kind of having a problem?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there's a couple things that they can do from here. These are what's putting the single leg Xguard in place, right? So one thing you can do is peel my foot off. Okay? Another thing you can do is drive that down. Boom. Either of which, 9 times out of 10, will just result in him bringing this forward, and then now we get smashed. So if he pushes that down, steps forward, and then he brings his weight down, I'm in trouble, right? Same thing, if he pushes that off, same thing, right? Okay, so what I do to stop that is pretty simple. I go here, and as soon as I feel either one of those things happen, I know that leg's gonna come forward, I step on him, just like this, okay? And that gives me the ability to switch between the guards. If he peels that foot off, just like that. So I actually, if I wanted to just switch to Xguard from here, it can be there's a bit of a moment there where I can get caught. So it's actually like they dictate what I'm going to do for the most part. Otherwise, I'll try and play single leg Xguard from right here. You know what I mean? But if they start coming down, playing with the collar or whatever, then you get a spot you can get it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to come from the pass. They're not just going to stay in your guard. I mean, they want to pass. You know what I mean? So what everybody's going to do is bring that leg forward, and you have to be calm.
If he's cutting that his front leg in real hard.
So this one's cutting in that way?
Yeah.
Okay, so cut that in.
And then step up.
See, he's actually like, if he does that, I get the 1, 2, 3 sweep on him easy because he's putting that pressure already. Because the 1, 2, 3 sweep? Mm-hmm. Okay, so for those that don't know, 1, 2, 3 sweep is just simply 1, 2, 3. So he's already putting you this way. So if you turn that in, I'm just going to go hips up. I like to kind of elbow the back of the heel right here when I bring my hips up. And then come to the top and all of this. So when he tries to push it down, what? Don't go here because I'll get smashed. Stiff arm. Okay, so if I feel that, it comes, boom.
You don't transition to the arm up here until you're in Xguard?
Yeah, because if you try to do too much at once, it's gonna be bad. And honestly, it's gonna be tough to do that from here. Now, if they're kneeling, like get down on one knee, that's another story. I can do it easy from here, but if they're standing, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So stand up one more time. So boom, single leg Xguard. Take your time. They have to, it's a game. They only have 2 hands, right? They have to keep their balance, they have to remove the hooks. So you always have time. That's why I like this guard so much. It's very hard to pass. Right there. Goes back, does it again. I want to get a single, I want to get Xguard, boom. You know, and that's where drilling comes in. And remember, keep your hook high up here in the hip, right here in the knee. Don't be low. I mean, if you're low, that's where he's going to push it, and then you're not going to have that. You see what I'm saying? Then you'll have problems. Does anybody else have any trouble with that?
No, I was just gonna ask if you could show the mount escape.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do it.
And like if they're like cross facing hard from mount.
Okay. So you're saying if they're cross facing, just like grabbing your head, or?
Well, like once like if I start to get my hips under and start to like bring that knee in and like to stop it, they'll like drive in and come down.
So they do like that, like they get all like this. Okay, so from here, it's gonna be too difficult for me to get to the single leg Xguard. They got me blocked up. Now what I can do is push this simply and have a good half guard. You know, a good half guard. Start making space. I can work from here. So if they're cross facing like that, that's what I would do. Just one more time. So yeah, you're getting here, and then that happens.
You get the Xguard because they're defending the basic side of the
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the next step. No problem. It's very good question. So they start bringing their pressure down. You're obviously not going to be able to take all that and make it happen. Just here. Just remember, foot in the hip. Make space. Now you have distance to play. Just don't settle for this. I see a lot of times people. So a lot of people settle for something like this. Just because it's like I have a symbolism of half guard. Well, the problem is he's going to pass my guard again or take my back. I'm giving him more points, more confidence, and more of a mental edge. So you don't want to get something like this. Or even if he's like going under my leg, under my arm, I mean, and I get like this, like I may not even want to do that because look where his head's at, look where his arm's at. I might have a half guard for a second, but if he knows how to pass, I'm in a real bad spot. I'm not saying you can't get out of it, but it's a roll of the dice with the points.
So you wouldn't go for quarter. You wouldn't even go for quarter guard unless you knew you would get the underhook.
Not unless I get the underhook. Unless I knew I can make space. As long as I know I control the distance in some sort. As long as I can some semblance of distance control, I'll go wherever.
But if they have the underhook on that side, you would never try to recover the leg. So let's say they got a deep underhook. You wouldn't try to. You wouldn't try to like.
I'm not going to necessarily say that because I might go here. Because now I can control the distance. So it is a gray area with underhooks. Unless you're good, if you don't have a good guard, no, I wouldn't. But if you're used to using your legs to control the distance, that's about it. Is there any other questions about?
Yeah, when you're holding the foot in a single leg Xguard, how are you doing this tension with your elbow and you're holding your
Let's do it from
thigh?
this angle. When they're up, you want to grab right here, pinch this.
Okay.
This is the proper way to do it. This foot right here for single leg X has my toes curled around here. That's why it's an X. Okay. If he's down, I'm going to change it up a little bit. It's more like my foot's more doing the pressure. Not like this.
And then you just hold him right above the...
I go right above the knee, put a little downward pressure on. And if I want to try to twist these or whatever, just make space and get up there. Cool?
Is there a particular grip you necessarily have to control from like Xguard or single leg X?
No, there's so many different things you can do. That's what's so beautiful about that guard. Like let's say we're Xguard. I mean, if I got this sleeve, I have a whole bunch of stuff I can do. If I have this belt, I have stuff I can do. If I have neither of them, I just have this, there's stuff I can do. If I get that sleeve over there, you have to switch. It's just, depending on what grip you have. Marcelo Garcia Xguard book has like every variation you could ever ask for. Gi and no gi, the exact same technique, gi and no gi, right next to each other.
And a bunch of shit you made up too.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, any other questions? Yeah.
Can you show your finish after the 1, 2, 3 sweep and you stand up?
There's a couple different ways I'll do it. I'll do the most basic one without the leg drag. So, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, boom. I go to the collar. See how my knees already through? You can keep collar here. They're gonna be trying to probably grab your belt or whatever. come right here, knees to the floor, and then it's not so much about like getting this leg out and pushing here as it is about just opening your hip, coming forward and right now. That's what brings the pressure. We're actually going over that this morning in training. If you can use the momentum and come right up, that's the best. If you get stuck here, no worries. No worries. You can even test the foot lock. It's totally legal right here. You won't test the foot lock, doesn't work, no worries. The biggest thing is if they're really wiry, is control the pants. If you have their feet, you're gonna get it before they do. If they have your feet, they're gonna get it before you do. So no gi grab the legs, gi grab the feet. If you just don't feel like you're gonna be able to come up there, every time you come up, they're pushing you away. Grab the pants, and then you come on to the top. 2 points to get past the position. Any other questions? Cool. 1, 2, 3.
Got the Marcelo book in my bag right now. It's like, I could tear half of it out. And be like,
Yeah.